all of you, good morning ma. So this is another topic in the fourth unit. The last topic, simulation and measurement of op-amp. So the last topic is simulation and measurement of op-amp. So when we are analyzing a CMOS op-amp, okay, so when we are going to design a CMOS op-amp, we will be first starting with a basic building blocks, okay, which can be analyzed at the first stage itself. So at some point, in order to get a better mean of simulation, so we will be using a computer analysis program such as SPICE. So after fabrication, for testing and evaluating CMOS, we can verify each specification over a large number of op-amps to ensure a working op-amp in the case of process variation. Means these are the simulation and variations of measurements of op-amp. Means you will be taking the op-amp. So as we have discussed in the previous sections, in the class I have once discussed. So in order to see the simulation part, we will be using a SPICE software. Okay, by the SPICE software, we will be simulating these files, this VLSI op-amp designing. So how we can do? Already I have told that first we will be designing the any circuit. After that we will be simulating it. We will be checking the results in VHDL lab also. You have seen, no, you have written the coding here. You have written the coding. After that you have simulated it using the some model sim software. Okay, so like that only we will be simulating them and we will be checking the results. Then why it is important? Why we have to simulate and why we have to check? Means because before the model is fabricated, first we have to design the model. After that we will be simulating and we will be checking the result point of it. Okay, after checking the result point of it, then we will be fabricating. After that we will be seeing the physical verification. Okay ma? So అంటే ఏదైనా ఒక సర్క్యూట్ ని తీసుకున్నప్పుడు ఫస్ట్ ఏం చేస్తామండి మనము దాన్ని ఫస్ట్ డిజైన్ చేసి దాన్ని సిమ్యులేట్ చేసేసి దాని అవుట్పుట్స్ ని మనము ఫస్ట్ డ్రా చేస్తాం. ఓకేనా? అంటే విల్ బి చెకింగ్ ది అవుట్పుట్. ఇప్పుడు ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఒక AND గేట్ ఉంది. మీకు AND గేట్ ఒక ఆపరేషన్ మీకు ఐడియా ఉంది. AND గేట్ ఏ ఇన్పుట్ వస్తే ఏ అవుట్పుట్ వస్తుంది. సో మీరు ఏం చేస్తారు? ఫస్ట్ AND గేట్ ని డిజైన్ చేశాక మనం అవుట్పుట్ ని వెరిఫై చేస్తాం. సిమ్యులేషన్ కి ఒక సాఫ్ట్వేర్ ని యూజ్ చేస్తాం. ఆ వచ్చిన రిజల్ట్స్ ని మనము టాలీ చేసుకుంటాం. అంటే యు నో దట్ వాట్ విల్ బి ద రిజల్ట్స్ కమింగ్. ఓకే, యూ విల్ బి చెకింగ్ ఇట్ విత్ ద అవుట్కమ్. And if there is any error, you will just again go into the coding and you are going to check for the error. So ఎప్పుడైతే మనకు రిజల్ట్స్ ఎగ్జాక్ట్గా వస్తున్నాయో తర్వాత ఎక్కడికి వెళ్తున్నామని దెన్ విల్ బి గోయింగ్ టు ది ఫ్యాబ్రికేషన్ ప్రాసెస్. అంటే ముందే మనం ఫ్యాబ్రికేట్ చేస్తే ఏమవుతుంది? ఇఫ్ ఎనీ రిజల్ట్స్ ఆర్ అక్కరింగ్ రాంగ్, ఆ ఫ్యాబ్రికేట్ చేసిన మోడల్ అనేది వేస్ట్ అయిపోతుంది. సో మనం ఏం చేస్తాము? ఫస్ట్ మోడల్ని దానికి కోడింగ్ రాసి సిమ్యులేట్ చేశాక అది కరెక్ట్ వచ్చాక దాన్ని మనం ఫ్యాబ్రికేట్ చేశాక మళ్ళీ ఫిజికల్ వెరిఫికేషన్. అంటే ఫ్యాబ్రికేషన్లో మీరు అక్కడ పాయింటింగ్ కానీ మీరు అక్కడ కనెక్షన్స్ కానీ తప్పిచ్చారనుకోండి, అక్కడ కరెంట్ అనేది వోల్టేజ్ అనేది ఫ్లో అవ్వదు, మనకు అవుట్పుట్ అనేది రాదు. దాన్ని ఏమంటారు? ఫిజికల్ వెరిఫికేషన్ అంటారు. సో మనకు ఈ ఆప్-ఆంప్ డిజైన్స్ లో కూడా విల్ బి యూజింగ్ ఏ simulation software. So that software is a SPICE software that we will be using for the simulation. So you will be taking the simulation and you will going to measure. So manaku danto open loop measure cheyali for op-amp. So all those will be coming under this section as simulation and measurement of operational op-amp. So here the op-amp is one of the basic and important circuit because it will be having a very wide range of application in analog circuits. So by the simulation and measurement, we have to look after the many more specifications like open loop gain, open loop frequency response, input offset voltage, common mode gain, power supply rejection ratio, common mode input and output voltage ranges, open loop output resistance, and the transient response including the slew rate. So ఎప్పుడైతే when you are taking the simulation and measurements of op-amp, you have to take the following specifications For the open loop frequency, input offset voltage, common mode, PSRR. So many parameters are there. You have to check the measurements and simulation for such all parameters when you are going to simulate and measure the any particular op-amp. So in this section, first we will be seeing the first one, that is called as a open loop configuration. So one of the most important characterization of op-amp performance is it should be operated in the open loop mode. So one of the most specification of any op-amp circuit is that it must be operated in the open loop mode. But the drawback is that when it is operating in the open loop mode, it will be difficulty to measure the op-amp. Okay, and it will be difficult to simulate in the op-amp mode because it will be having a high differential gain. Okay, Nandis. Means what? One of the important specification is that op-amp should be operated in open loop configuration. But when you are operating in open loop, there will be a certain drawback, like it will be difficult to measure the op-amp in the open loop and simulate the op-amp in the open loop because it will be having a very high differential gain. So here you can see the circuit. In this, the VOS is an external voltage. Okay, so this value is adjusted to keep the DC value of the output between the power supply limits. So we will be using the external voltage VOS in order to adjust the DC voltage of the output to be in the limits, in the power supply limits. Because if we are not going to set this to a proper value, what will happen? The op-amp output will be at a positive or negative power supply for either the measurement or simulation cases. Means first we know the power supply limit, so it should be in that limit only. So how it is possible? By setting this VOS. If you are not setting this output may be either in the positive voltage side or it may be either in the negative voltage side. So in order to adjust that, we will be using the external voltage source as VOS. So next one, you can see here. So in this method, by this method, we can easily measure the open loop gain. By this method, you can see small variations or small differences is there. Here we have taken an external, here capacitor and a resistor combination. So by this circuit, we can easily measure the open loop gain of this circuit. So the simulation or measurement of the op-amp configuration will characterize the open loop transfer curve. Means what they can do, or by the simulation and measurement of an open loop configuration, what can be affected. So those are the characterization of the open loop transfer curve, the open loop output swing limit, the phase margin, the dominant pole, the utility gain bandwidth, and other open loop characteristics. So here, by simulating and analyzing the open loop configuration, okay, we can take all these parameters. We can characterize the transfer curve, its output limit here, okay, the phase margin, the dominant pole, the unity gain bandwidth, all these can be characterized by using this open loop configuration. So this circuit gives better result than this by adding a capacitor and a resistor combination here. Okay, the capacitor which is connected to the ground here. So next one is the measuring the input offset voltage. Measuring the input offset voltage. So the DC input voltage here, VOS, can be measured by using this circuit. So here we have to observe that if the DC input offset voltage is too small, it can be amplified by using a resistor divider in the negative feedback. You will be using a negative feedback here. We can take a resistor divider in the negative feedback path. So here you can see its unity gain transfer function of the op-amp. So this is the input common mode range. You can see here up to here, this is the input common mode output range. You can see it is giving a unity output, unity gain transfer function. Okay, so we can measure the input offset voltage by using the circuit here. If it is very small, if you are going to measure the input offset voltage, and if it is very small, then we can increase its value by adding a resistor divider in the circuit. So you are giving a negative feedback here. Again the output is giving to the input here, but to the non-inverting terminal. So you can take a resistor divider circuit here, you can add it and you can again give it to the feedback, so that we can increase its input offset voltage. So the next topics we will see in the next video. Thank you.